So Carnival has been feeding orphans in Roatan, Honduras, and at least one cruiser, they're not happy about it. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Tony with LaLidoLoca.com. Welcome to the YouTube channel. If you are new here and you're into cruise ships, cruise news, cruise tips, cruise vlogs, really anything to do with cruising, consider subscribing with the notification bell on so you don't miss any of our videos. Now on to the story of the day. So before we really get into it, I just want to say big ups to Carnival. The nuts and bolts of this story is that they are bringing on local orphans from Roatan, Honduras. They may be doing it at other ports onto the ship for a little lunch and a ship tour. It's such a doable thing, and I'm glad that they are taking advantage of the resources that they have. And I think it's great that they're finding ways to help those that are less fortunate in the port of calls that they cruise to. I wouldn't have even known this story if it wasn't for somebody who complained about it. That's right, folks, somebody is anti-orphan. This is the post that alerted me to this. Let me read it to you. In this instance, John did not include the name. He didn't include the ship, which I think is a good thing because this is a really crazy stance to take, the anti-orphan stance. Here's the post. Why are all these children allowed to come on the ship in Roatan today? They are all in line for Guy's Burgers. We paid to be on the ship and enjoy the peace when most packs are ashore. I was told it was an orphanage, but why are they allowed to come on the ship and tour? I thought the answer would be no, for security purposes. And John mentions in his post that it was about 40 kids. So Carnival does a great thing. They reach out to the local orphanage. They bring 40 orphans on board. They give them a ship tour. They give them lunch. If you know that that's the story, I don't see how you could get upset. But I do try to be as fair as I can. I do recognize that in life, most of us are selfish, and it takes some sort of outside factor, some sort of internal reflection to really move from being selfish to selfless. But man, I don't know how this person got to this point. So let's work it through. I can empathize, right? My wife Jenny and I, we love to stay on the cruise ship on port days because most of the people, including the kids, get off and go to port. And that leaves the ship really empty. So if I'm there and I'm expecting a fairly empty ship and all of a sudden I see a bunch of kids on the Lido deck with just a few adult supervisors, I might ask the question, hey, what are all these kids doing on board? It seems reasonable. Now, when I go and I find out that these kids are part of a program that feeds local orphans, I'm pretty sure something in my brain would go, oh, cool, well, that's nice. I hope these kids have a good time. That's it. But not for this poster. This poster immediately went to, I paid my money. Why are all these orphans on my cruise ship on port day? A lot of times our initial reactions are emotional and crazy. I go through it too. And fortunately, most of the time you have a little cooling off period where you can say, look, don't be selfish. Don't be a jerk. Even if you don't get to look, these are orphans right away. You would think like in 30 seconds or a minute, you would go, okay, good. Orphans, that's awesome. I'm glad that Carnival's doing something for it. Not this person. They double down. They wait and they make a post about it. Now, again, I am not 100% convinced that on some of these groups, especially John's page, because John is so open to taking all these complaints, if it isn't just some sort of troll, you almost have to think it's somebody trolling to go and be anti-orphanage. But you never know. Somebody may really have doubled down. They may have had that moment on the cruise ship where they couldn't get over it, and they said, look, let me go to the man himself, John Hild, and be anti-orphan. Somebody asked me what would have made it better. And I suggested that possibly if you knew in advance that the orphans were gonna come on board, that it wouldn't be as shocking, right? And I've already had pushback on that, like, well, what difference does it make? But I'm just telling you how people are. If you're expecting one thing, we see it all the time in cruising. If you're expecting one thing and it's not the thing that you expect, then the emotional response inside of you is like, what's happening? I'm not expecting this. So the question for the comments is, what do you think? If Carnival would have put something in the fun times that said, today we're giving local kids a ship tour and lunch, are you less likely to be freaked out about it? What do you think about the whole thing? Do you think that this is a good thing? Again, big ups to Carnival. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, my name's Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.